Well, hello, Don't Die Rusty Nation. It has been a while. But you know what? I am getting more and more refreshed. Life has been exciting. I've been doing a lot of things that have been pretty fun and exciting. I got to go to Western States. I did Total Archery Challenge. And Emily Hawgood and Christine and Stoff Hawgood came out and stayed for a week. And you know what? It is interesting when you have people that come out and you go do the tourist things and you talk and you have quite the experiences, and it is amazing. I had such a fun, wonderful week with them here. And the next guest is going to be Emily, and we're going to talk about Western States, and we're going to talk about them being here and us enjoying our time together. The one thing I did learn, have fun about, is that Western States, I became Emily's uncle, per se. One of the, you'll hear the story about it in the uh, episode, but it's pretty fun. I mean, I enjoy every chance I get to hang out with her and her mom and dad and Paul. And Western States has just become one of my most favorite things to go do in the summer. And I hope you enjoy that. But we had a great discussion about life, about Western States, about all kinds of stuff. And so I hope you enjoy this next episode of the Don't Die Rusty podcast, because it's great to be back. I'm going to have a few more coming out here soon. We'll just talk about all kinds of stuff. So love you all. Keep chasing your dreams. Be the best you. Don't die rusty, and enjoy this next episode of the Don't Die Rusty podcast with Emily Hawgood. Well, hello, Don't Die Rusty Nation. It's been a while. Holy moly. I haven't done an episode for a few weeks, for about a month now. And guess what? I have Emily Hawgood in the Don't Die Rusty studios. And this is the fun part, because last year I didn't really get to talk to you about Western States until like 6 months later.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to bother you. I knew you were doing other things. And here's the fun part about this, Emily, is I went back out to Western States this year. I saw so much again. I feel I'm truly appreciative of you allowing me to be on your crew. That's an honor. It truly is.
I'm grateful you're there.
Well, and we'll go across. We'll talk about Western States, but you know what, folks? Since Emily is in the Don't Die Rusty studios, that means she's in South Dakota, and she's with her mom and dad staying at our house.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, this is Wednesday night, and we have had a full plate of events going on since you've been here.
Yep. You kept us busy. All good things.
All good. It is all good things, because last year, I mean, we were talking to your mom and dad yesterday when we went to Devil's Tower.
Yep.
And, it's like last year when I walked up and saw Paul and your mom and dad, it was like we were always friends anyway. Mm-hmm. And you're busy. I see, we talked about this too, but you're busy, so I'm not worried about you in the aspect. I know we're going to talk to each other sometime, but that made me feel good. And then this year was it was an interesting vibe because I got to see even more stuff, more of the inner workings. I got there early enough, I think, in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got to see a lot more interesting things. So how do you like South Dakota?
I love South Dakota.
Well, because I hope you come back.
I will.
All right.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. There's so much here. I feel like I've only seen a tiny little bit. And yeah, we've loved the time with you and Cindy. Thank you for having us.
Well, anytime. And tomorrow, Emily's dad and I are going to go off on our adventure, and the girls are going to go on their adventures, and it's going to be a wonderful day, and we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm going to get, well, no, I'm not. I was going to talk about it, but today Emily and her mom got to experience a sunrise on Crow Peak with me here in Spearfish.
It's pretty special.
It is pretty special. To me, you've watched on social media and stuff. I put out my pictures of my sunrises when I do climb it, and it's a special mountain to me, and it's always kind of like I think everybody has their special place that they find their peace.
Yeah.
I've cried on that mountain. I have yelled on that mountain. I have been angry on that mountain. I've been the happiest, and I've been at peace. And she knows it, I guess, But when I can take people up, we this is the funny thing, folks. When we left here and we got up at 3 a.m. to leave at 3:30 because the sun, you got to see a sunrise or it's not worth climbing to me. At times, it is worth climbing, and we see the moon most of the way up, and then a cloud comes.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad, but we didn't get the full effect. But we saw fog on Bear Butte, and we saw everything else. But climbing with your mom and you was very special today, and we get to talk, we get to laugh, we get to be serious thinkers, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you for taking us along.
Yeah, well, getting you out of bed, yeah. And then
sign us up.
and then today, folks, like yesterday was really warm, and we went and jumped in Spearfish Creek.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, I look at Emily and I said, "Do you want to go jump in the creek?" And she says, "If you want, we don't have to if you do." And I said, "I want to go jump in the creek." So we went and did an ice bath again tonight.
Yeah, all the way in.
All the way in. So it's good. Yeah. And I enjoy. I really look forward to seeing. I like showing you South Dakota, but I like seeing your dad enjoy every moment. And here's the funny thing. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but I have. This is what makes me the most comfortable, because I've told you and your mom and dad yesterday again that sometimes you have people come and you go, "Oh my God, I can't wait till they go home," or what, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
that's not the way it is here. And I also like the fact that because I truly appreciate having you guys here, and we truly appreciate the things that surround us. And have you noticed when we went to Mount Rushmore and we did Custer State Park and we did a few other things. But I love the fact that your mom will get a little ahead of us and you're with your mom. Then I'm with your dad. And then we all get together. And then you're with your dad. And nobody's like, it's just like cool that we can all just talk.
Yeah.
We all have different conversations at different times.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that stuff because some people aren't able to do that. You know what I mean? It's like we all need to walk together, but it's like we're moving around. You know what I mean? Tonight, your dad and I were the smart ones and got in the pickup and went and picked you guys up because we didn't get rained on.
Yep.
But it was good. It was good. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But we see it in a lot of things, and I want to ask you. And now I'm going to get to Western states for right now. Because we've talked about loving running.
Mm-hmm.
What made you love running? I mean, what makes you really enjoy running?
I love the adventure of it. I think like you're saying, like the freedom, your place of peace. For me, it's not really a place. Maybe it's the activity. And I don't know, I went to boarding school when I was 5 years old and practice and things like that. Like I always ran. I was always on sports teams, things like that. Like I really like routine too, and running has given me that. Like even in a world where I'm not really a routine person. I don't get up in the morning, eat, run, or my routine's very loose. But it still feels like a routine. And it's just given me this like bigger freedom. And I know that sounds crazy, like a routine that brings freedom, but it really does. And it just makes me happy. Like I love exploring and getting to adventure with new people and meet new people and new places. And it's kind of been my ticket to explore the world, getting to be a professional athlete, but also like travel and really get to know a place. Like I ran around here yesterday and got to know it a little better, not just sitting in the passenger seat in the car, like, where are we going? Yeah, I love it. I mean, I've done it forever. Mom ran when we were little, and I would always go out in the evenings with the dogs and stuff and lag behind her and play around and everything. But it was just like a way to get outside and just do something different. I loved it from the beginning, and I think it was just that like escape, but into the world and how beautiful it is. Like you catching a sunrise. I think even just like being out in the sunshine, like that's so fulfilling for me.
I agree. I mean, that's why I like to just get up because we went on 2 walks before we climbed there, and we got your dad out yesterday, and that was awesome. But there is that feeling. There's just something that you can't describe, really.
Yeah.
But I have to say, you talk about routine, and you're with me because we never know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Let's take this road.
It's perfect. And that's me. Like I'm not really a routine person at all. I mean, when I was in school, I definitely was, but since I've left, it's kind of been fun to like find the freedom in no routine.
Yeah.
But you still have a list of things you got to get done or whatever.
Yeah.
But you just like wing it.
I hear you. I understand that one. You know that.
Yeah.
So at Western States, it was cold in the morning. Well, actually, I love the meeting the night before. I like how what was it? This is funny. And you're going to laugh at this one. Because we were sitting in the pickup waiting for you.
Okay.
Tonight.
Tonight.
We went to Rough Lock Falls, and there's a mile trail, and we had driven to the top. And to give you guys a little perspective here, and my wife Cindy and Christine, Emily's mom, and Emily walked a mile down, and we picked them up at the bottom. And a thunderstorm came in, and it started raining. But while we were sitting there waiting for you guys to show up, your dad said, and I were talking, and somehow we got on you, and she says, because your dad said, Emily won't take any guff. She is a strong go-getter, and I said, well, I know that because whatever she says, I like last year when I broke your banana, I was like, whoa, I don't want her to yell at me. So when you took charge in the meeting, like, this is and it's your raise. Everybody's there for you anyway. But I enjoyed that part. I like how you take charge of the meeting, and you don't, your mom and Lindsay have most everything. They have things down to how we're going to do things, but you're telling us what you want done. And that's amazing. I like the professional perspective you have.
Thank you.
Yes, because it's just good. It's one of those amazing things that I've get to see. And I'm still fresh. I would say, because I still look at things from a 30,000 feet perspective, I guess, because I see things and then we get to talk and I listen, and you don't see things that I see. And maybe I'm biased. Well, I know I'm biased. But to hear to hear people cheer for you and all we have to do is say Emily. And like folks, if you think I'm telling, this is honest to God truth here. You can say Emily Hawgood in anywhere in somewhere between Olympic Valley and Auburn and during the race, and everybody goes, "Oh, I love Emily," and that says something about you that people, some people strive for and will never get. And as a professional athlete, when you have people that love you and you don't have to finish first, but you are I'm not kidding you. Throughout the whole race was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it started out it started out, and this was a different perspective too, because is Paul, I can't remember the name of the place that Paul met you the first, you and Paul and Sam.
Duncan Canyon.
Duncan, yeah. Because I was there last year, so I got to see you, how you came in, like right away. And now I'm sitting waiting for you at Robinson Flats. And then, you know, then I got to see you at Dusty Corners. And I'm going, this year it was a little different because I'm not seeing you like as early as I did, but when you left, my gosh, it was, what was it? I think it was like 37 to 40 degrees that day, was it?
Cold.
It was cold. It was darn cold.
Not warm enough for the Africans.
And then, you being you, I can't believe you even made it over the mountain, because you would have blew over as hard as that wind was blowing.
It was so strong. Yeah, it was crazy.
And now you tell me California rules, because I had it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm driving around to come back up to Robinson Flats, and I'm listening, I'm kind of watching what's going on, and I'm seeing people trying to put on their coat, like their jackets, and they get up to the top. And was that crazy this year or not?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think it was different, and I think where I'm giving myself a hard time is that I knew it was going to be cold, and I thought I took the right steps to not get cold, and then kind of what I did wasn't the right choice, and got cold. Well, not got cold, like I don't know, I took the air in and my throat got cold,
Mm-hmm.
and just like immediately felt sick about it, or sick with it, and kind of then had to change the game plan. I'll figure it out.
No, I'm because as cold as it was, you guys started heating up. It was a different race for everybody, I think. But
yeah, it was different.
you start, because this is probably one of the problems that I think a lot of people had. And I don't know, I can't say this for sure, but nobody really knew if it was how warm or cold it was going to be. So are you going to need a lot of ice? Are you going to need a little ice? What are we going to need? And you don't know that. The weather doesn't know that. And then it started heating up enough where you guys needed ice. But if you know it's going to be hot out, like last year was doggone hot out. And to me it was, anyway. But coming from South Dakota.
Yeah.
But you can train for your heat differently, because it's going to be a cool, and then as soon as that sun comes up, you're going to be warm, and it wasn't like that. And so you had to run a different race. So, no, it was interesting for me to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting for me to be out there too and experience it. I mean, I've been racing for 10 years and still learning things.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Well, it is cool. But, it's funny at Robinson. Robinson's kind of traffic jam.
Yeah.
It's a tight situation. It's not like
Yeah.
you can, because I've never been there till this year because I was everywhere else. And then, because I look at Robinson as you came running in, people cheered, and you were gone quick,
Mm-hmm.
of course, because this is NASCAR on human NASCAR, and there's crashes, and there's good pit stops, and there's bad pit stops, and there's all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
But it was different at Michigan Flats in the fact that, well, I wouldn't say, well, it's different at Michigan Flats, and it was different at Forest Hills because as an athlete, and we talked about me playing football here at Black Hill State.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't hear things because you're just tone deaf.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Did you hear all the people cheering for you?
Oh yeah,
Do you? I mean,
for sure.
not me, us in your face, but
Yeah, everyone.
because it was so loud for you at Michigan Flats, it was amazing. And then you come into Forest Hills, and definitely it was loud. And because more, I love Michigan Flats and the fact that they say who's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And where at Forest Hills, you're all just kind of running. And that was, you, do you realize, I know I keep on getting ahead of myself here, but do you realize how many people you affect?
No, but the finish line showed me a lot this year. Like I was 17th, so way out of the top 10, and all my people showed up. Like, Craig, the race director, and other people from the board were there still. And that's not what they usually do. Like, they're usually there for the top 10 and then go get some sleep. And they, made it a point of sticking around until I came in. And my local friends and family, like, they all showed up with signs and were cheering and out there. And I mean, I think it showed me, like, the real point is if you have the right community and you build the right community, you're never going to lose. You're always going to win.
Well, I agree with that because here I was trying to go through the race before we get to the finish line. But no, but so it your dad and I show up and we go sit down and we talk to people, and I say, this is Emily's dad, and they go, oh, I love Emily. Everybody in the stands, and this is like, I wish people could understand what Western States, if they don't know what Western States is. I've heard it called the Super Bowl of endurance racing, and it is because there are so many people cheering people on, and the stands are packed. But here's the deal. So we go eat because it's very cool that you can go have a burger, and your dad and I love your dad, and I love being able to just have conversations with him. And thank God we had to pull into a parking lot to get the GPS working so I could get to the deal. Because last year your dad said, "Oh, Rick, I don't think you're going the right way." You're right, but we get there, and I'll edit this out if you don't think I can use it. But when we're sitting there having our burger, and I've told you this anyway, when Hoo-Ha's son was sitting with us, and I don't know the relation of the girl that was watching him, but we're all sitting together, and when a competitor comes, when we're sitting there eating, and when Hoo-Ha's, I'm saying that right. Yeah.
Ho-ha.
Yeah. I'm just saying. But she ran. I was showing him pictures because when she ran into Michigan Flats, he went running down the street with her, and then before she left, she gave him a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're sitting with him, and I'm showing him pictures of because I thought that was cool.
Yeah, this is her son, right?
Yeah, this is her son, and I thought it was really cool. So I showed her son this,
Mm-hmm.
and then they said, "Who are you with?" Emily Hawgood, and it was like, I said, "And this is Emily's dad," and it was like they were cheering you on. And this is where I'm going with this. A competitor from a different company, sponsored by different people, doing this and that, and they said, "We love Emily." That says a lot to me.
Mm.
And then when you come running in, because we talked to a lot of people, because your dad and I walked out. Last year we walked out a little later because they said we knew kind of where you are, but we wanted to be out on the grass or the field anyway. It's not grass, it's turf. But anyway, but when they were talking to people and they're waiting for you, and this is what time? 9:30, probably closer to 10:30, 9:30, maybe. I don't know. It don't matter. But
Not that long.
No, but it struck me. There's many things that struck me, and the one thing that struck me, well, there's a bunch of things, so I'm going to go over one. One thing that struck me is coming in 17th, like you just said, which I would come in. I might not even make golden hour, so I'm just saying that's awesome. But coming in 17th and all the people waiting for you to come in, and signs,
Mm-hmm.
go Emily, and and they're running across the field. They're on the one side of the field and then on the other. And your dad and I were here, and I get emotional because I'm just that. But watching those people run across the field, listening to them cheer for you, says a lot to me what kind of person you are. And that is because, my gosh, I in I saw the signs for those two girls, that family, and it was an amazing thing watching this stuff, and because the whole line this year I didn't want to be around, because last year we were kind of behind the fence.
Mm.
And that's kind of why we were up a little higher, because I didn't want to stand behind the fence,
Oh yeah.
but it's amazing. And then for you to come running in, and you saw us standing there, and you to turn around again and give your dad a hug. And then you gave me a hug, and now your dad and I are both crying.
What else did I tell you, Rick?
You told me I'm your uncle now.
You graduated to
Which is awesome. Because I feel this connection with your family.
Mm-hmm.
I truly do. So that was very, very awesome. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. But I did a post the next day, and we'll get to. But when Emily got to the finish line, you have this light around you, like this glow, and it shines very brightly. But the thing about you is you give everybody else that glow too. You just ran 100 doggone miles in cold, hot, probably some tired and achy muscles. And there are people coming to talk to you, and you let that glow on everybody else. You shine that light on everybody else. And you don't show that you're tired. You don't show that. You keep that smile up, but you are an amazing person in that everybody else glows. You, you, you aren't an ego-driven person, and you cheer everybody else on too, but everybody that cheered you on, you gave time to. And as a professional athlete, you don't see that a lot. I did my race. I'm going to go do whatever, and I'm going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But you took the time to be with everybody.
I think Western States is really special. Not that I would do anything different at other races, but Western States is really special. There's only 369 of us out there, 370 this year. And I said this in a podcast the other day. It's like, there's only 370 of us. Like, if we can get as many of us home as possible, like, why wouldn't you be out there? You know, why wouldn't you give the time to every single person that's out there, for sure helping you, cheering you on, but they're also cheering on, you know, if you think about it, like at least 5 other people. And so that's just more and more encouragement to get everyone across the finish line. And my, like, thoughts on life philosophy is that the only reason we're here is to walk each other home, like, in the best way and easiest way possible. And that starts with everything you do.
Yeah. Because we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Because it is why we do things. I mean, sometimes it's not about winning, it's about finishing.
Yep.
And sometimes that glow is much bigger by the person you are, and that's where I was going with that. Because last year,
Mm-hmm.
heck, you talked to me on 2 podcasts, and then I talked to Paul, and then I show up like, but we talked about this last year, is your dad and I had people cheering at Rocky Chucky.
Yeah.
and they came to the finish line too. It's hard to imagine how much influence you have in the Auburn area for sure, but around the world, because I see it. And when you ran UTMB, and I'm watching, because I'm a big fan too, but for you to go 36 hours, was it 36?
38.
38?
So long.
38 hours
38 hours.
through the mud, the snow, the steep, the deep, the everything. And to do that, showing your tenacity and your heart is amazing to me, because they made a song for you.
Yep, they did.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's your influence to this world. And I'm lucky enough to call you friend. And now I'm your uncle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I wouldn't be where I'm at without any of the people who've helped me along the way. So if I can inspire one person or help one person, that's just passing it on and, you know, moving the world forward in a better way. I think I've learned a lot over the past few years and realized, like, how important relationships are. But it comes down to not, you know, sure, my relationship with my uncle, with my parents is really important, but the relationship with the cashier when you walk into the grocery store, like, that's maybe even more important. The time you give someone you don't know their story, you don't know anything, just that they're there at the same time you are, that's more important than, like, so many things in the world. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it really makes the world go round. Like, too many times I walk into the grocery store and, someone's being rude to the cashier, and I'm like, why? Like, that's just not helping the world go around. It's turning it anti-clockwise or whatever. Um, and yeah, I think this has just popped into my mind, but someone's always said, like, imagine the people you touch. Imagine they're like stars in the sky. Then imagine the people they touch, and like how much brighter the world, well, the sky gets. Like how many twinkly stars are out there. And that's like how it needs to be too. Like the brighter you shine and the more people you can touch. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated. The brighter everything will be, not only for the people around you or for you, but for the people around them and the people around them and then the people around them. Like it, as much as like pain and sadness can affect people the same way light can, and the more light we can get, the less darkness is going to be.
I agree with you 100%. Because there's another thing that I hate in the grocery line too, is people on their phone.
Yeah.
Not giving the teller, the cashiers trying to help you, and you're not helping them. But I agree with you. Everybody needs a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs a lift sometimes. And you don't know what that smile does. And you don't know what my friend Kelly Lovelace,
Mm-hmm.
he talks about relationships, and we all touch somebody.
Yeah.
What if you save somebody's life that day by smiling at them?
Yeah.
You know, I just see so much in you, and I feel I feel so lucky to have grown this relationship. But it doesn't matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying thank you. You're talking to people. Today you talk to people, and you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to see, like we've been posting about our little adventures, and have people saying, if you're around, Emily, we'd like to run with you, or whatever. But we might as well lighten this up just for a second. Because I was told by Lance
Jones
to ask you how to say zebra.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't said zebra yet.
No.
Okay.
Do you want to hear why?
Why?
Because it's not zebra, it's zebra. And I'm right because I'm from Africa and it's an African animal.
Okay.
End of story. No argument. And Lance Jones knows that.
All right.
We've been friends since freshman year of college.
All right.
Yeah. And he always gives me a hard time.
But to see the relationships that you have all over, though, is amazing. Like, how can anybody? Everybody you meet is your friend, and I bet you could. And this is just guessing, but I bet you could drive probably 40, 50 miles, and you'd have a place to stay every day and every night. You truly, like, it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I like I said, I feel lucky enough to have that. And but no, I'll get back to Western States here. You ran your race to best of your ability at what you knew.
Mm-hmm.
And the respect has to go out. Like, it wasn't your day at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But you finished. And then you tell me, like, that counts against you in points. That's crazy to me. I don't care. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, it's my opinion, but I'm just saying, for a person to finish, it has more, just gives me more respect anyway. So I guess that's the way it is. So, speaking of that, for you to have ran your 100 miles, and we get up, I stayed at Paul's, but you get up, and we're out there at about 9:30ish, watching the golden hour people, and there's a few people there that were wrecked, sideways wrecked, and they're finishing, and you're cheering them on, and you have your bell, and I know there was a couple times, 2 or 3 times, that, well, I know there's more than that. Everybody, when we talked earlier, you couldn't cheer people on. Well, you did. You rang the bell and stuff, but you have everybody coming over and talking to you.
Yeah.
and that's cool though. But you're out there for golden hour, cheering people on that are giving whatever their heart that they can to go do this. And to have a professional athlete go out there and do that, it says a lot too, because I'm standing there, and the photographer came up and started talking to me, and we were just chatting, and he was taking some pictures of you. But he said, "So what are you here for?" And I said, "Well, I came here to help crew Emily." And I have never ever heard anybody say a bad word about you.
That's good.
It is. Maybe your brother when he was younger or something, or I don't know. But just that brotherly, sisterly conflict every once in a while. I'm just saying, because I have that too every once.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm just kidding. But and it is fun that you don't even know. And we talked about the photographer that I'm every stop we were chatting every once in a while. It's good, and it's one of those things that you just amaze me.
Thank you.
Yes. So anyway, now where was I gonna go? Back to South Dakota. What do you think about South Dakota?
I love South Dakota. It's been really fun. I love it. I didn't know what to expect or anything. Like,
Yeah.
I'd never really done any research to know what's out here. It's beautiful, like wide open spaces. The people I've met so far are amazing. It's definitely somewhere I'd come back.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I feel like there's so much here to explore, and yeah, I don't know. I'm like intrigued. It's really cool. Like, it's definitely one out of the 50 states that I will repeat, like, going forward. Like, that's somewhere everyone should go. I think everyone should go to South Dakota, seeing Mount Rushmore. Like, that's pretty special.
Yeah.
Learning all the history, learning, the art behind it and the creativity. I don't know, the history, everything. Like, I think that's what's so cool about America. We've always said, like, Mom and Dad, when they first came over here too, we always said, like, the biggest thing was, like, seeing the respect that everyone has for, like, America and the places they live and stuff. Like, obviously I've seen both, like, no respect, and I've seen lots of respect, and South Dakota really has that. Like, even just the streets are clean, like, the grass is mowed, like, everyone's house is tidy. Like, sure, people have lots of stuff, but it's not strewn all over the place, looking like a mess. And sure, maybe I haven't seen all of South Dakota, but I've seen enough to, like, be amazed. And one thing is, I constantly go to the bathroom wherever I'm in the world, And I will vote South Dakota bathrooms over any other one
I love hearing that.
for life, so that's really good.
That's good.
Yeah, they've been really clean, and I feel like there's just a huge amount of respect for people and the place. And that's been really cool to see. And I think, as much as you're praising me and saying you're inspired by me, I think it's the same for you. Like, even hearing your phone ring, and tough things happen for people, or good things, or even you're missing from work one day and they're like, where the heck are you? Like, we need you here. Like, that says a lot about you, and taking time in your day off to go in for a couple hours and just help out, or just fix things around, or giving someone a call. Like, those are really big things. Watching your video last night of your goat hunt and climbing Crow Peak 100 times in 2020. Like, those are big and emotional things, and people came around and supported you too, but that's because you've supported them first. And yeah, I think you should never underestimate the impact you have here, but then also everywhere. I mean, now you've come out to Cali. Like,
Yeah, I
you impact a lot of us, a lot of Idaho, Zimbabwe, everything. So keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I will certainly try to keep doing what I'm doing, because I just think that that's why I think we connected somewhat too. We talked about that. Like, we think similarly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about being good to everybody.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you got to go through your hardships to realize what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And you also got to realize that other people are going through them too.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can make somebody smile, if I can make somebody just realize that they're worth it,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's important to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, I am happy to be your uncle now, and I appreciate all you do, but and I appreciate you being in South Dakota and saying those nice things, but I do believe that we touch everybody's life somehow,
Mm-hmm.
or somewhere. In this day and age, there's no 6 degrees of separation. I think it's even closer now.
Yeah.
And or you should, that if you needed anything, I'm a plane flight away if you're in California or wherever.
Yeah.
And you should know that, say you're running UTMB, that you are being cheered on from afar, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not me, but you are, because I'm glued to my phone, and I'm watching, and now I have WhatsApp, so your mom keeps me filled in. But it's everybody watching, and that is the most amazing. Like I said, that's amazing thing. And anyway, I'm not trying to give you a big head either, but I'm trying.
No, go on, get a big head.
So, but you know what? I truly appreciate our friend. Oh, I'm not done yet. I was going to be done, and then I'm not done. You know what I also appreciate about you is you had 4 Pacers this year.
Yep.
At Western States, and do you know? I know you did an article about this being the Pacers,
Mm-hmm.
it's you said not everybody gets to run Western States. This is a small opportunity for somebody, and dang, I wish I could run, because but like fast enough to be a pacer, I'd be behind. But that's beside. But you get to enjoy. I get to enjoy watching these pacers with the energy they give because they're excited,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be excited too. They're excited to pace you, and it's interesting to watch other people pacers too. But you're giving them, they can say it's like they may not be entered,
Yeah.
but they can say I ran Western States,
Mm-hmm.
and that is impressive. That is, you know, to watch Sam, Jimmy, Jen, Rusty, well, yeah, Paul,
Well.
to watch them get ready to run. And you amaze me for another thing too, because you have nothing in your ears.
Yeah. Do you want to know why?
No. I mean, yes, I do.
Because I paced a lot of people before. That's why I understand the value of a pacer, but I also understand the responsibility of a pacer and like the kind of honor of stepping up and helping your friend achieve their goals. And I wish everyone in the world took that opportunity and did that because it changes you, it changes how you race, it changes how you interact with your paces and your friends or competitors out there. It changes so much. Gives you such a good perspective on the world and how to help somebody, how to help yourself in a race, in life, all these things. And anyways, I paced a friend a few years ago and they picked me up and immediately put their headphones in. And I was like, well, this is no fun.
Yeah.
You know, I started running and I was like, it's no fun. Like, I get it. Like, your focus is your race. But why am I here?
Yeah, true.
And I never want my pacer to feel like that. Like, even if I'm not specifically listening to them or whatever, like, I want them to feel like I am. And, you know, chatting to them every once in a while or, you know, coming up with strategies out there or talking through things or telling them I'm feeling terrible or feeling great. Like, that stuff really matters to someone too. Like, if you don't want to talk to, or if you don't, I don't know, if you don't want to interact with someone, like stick your headphones in. But then why are they there? Like, you're capable. You know, you can do it on your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have so much of the race on our own too, so you can, you know, listen to music and everything on for all those sections you're on your own. When you do pick up a friend, like, be excited that your friend gets to share some miles with you and give them a little chat or let them chat to you.
Yeah. See, that's why I can never, I'd be.
Yeah.
I would be. So, but I understand that. But you don't run with anything for the first 65 either, do you?
Yeah, I've gone back and forth. I think one year I like had everything set up and never used it. This year I probably should have because I was in no man's land for so long. Yeah, kind of back and forth. I listened to a whole book during UTMB before.
Really?
Yeah, which was really cool. Wasn't ready to run with anyone, so I stuck my headphones in and listened to a book, which was kind of fun.
Here's because I listen. I have that speaker, like I said, that I usually have for bear. I mean, like if I'm because everything's in the dark. I just like to keep things. Or I have some shocks.
Yep.
So I can hear things.
Yeah.
But I still have music. But I try to listen to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to listen to maybe a book.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, what did I just listen to? So I'd put in music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's amazing because I do believe it gives you a little, like, you get, it's funny how your head goes and you, all of a sudden it's like you wake up. You know, it's not just one step forward.
Yeah.
It's, you wake up and go, and then you start singing the song in your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how many songs did I miss? Because
Yep.
I know how long. It's funny because I came from the age of mixed tapes to burnt CDs, and now but it's funny, all this stuff, you have a playlist. So I know, and you guys laughed at me today. Your mom did, because she knows.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I have my alarm go off at I usually have my alarm go off. I know it's a half hour before sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
So I know usually if I'm by myself, I speed up or slow down. I mean, we were on a good pace anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I get to the song and I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
And like, I'm an hour in, or I'm an hour and a half in. And so, I mean, I listen to all different stuff. I mostly say there's only two types of music: country and bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I do listen to everything.
Yeah.
But what music would you listen to if you were going to listen to one in a race?
Yeah, I kind of have a jumbled playlist. That's a little bit of absolutely everything, which is really fun. And then like I said, I have listened to a book before. But I think again, it comes back to technology and like, how much do you want to use it too when you're out there? Like, as much as I've said, that's my piece, that's everything. Sometimes I don't want to have something in my ears. So even this year for Western States, it was like, I could, but I really don't want to. Like, and sure, maybe it was a struggle, but like, then I figured things out for myself that I couldn't escape with a hit, a song in my ears or whatever. And, maybe professionally that's not the right thing to do, but I think like personally, it gives you a little extra strength too, like to know how much you can overcome on your own, like without any aids, those sort of things. We've had this conversation a lot where we're hunting or hiking, or there's Starlinks now and lots of ways to stay in contact. But honestly, like switching off your phone and not having contact is such a blessing in itself, and like you connect so much better with the mountains or the animals, the people you're with, and it's so valuable to take that time, like, and disconnect. Yeah, and in a lot of ways, like, build up your own internal strength, and like, how do you drive yourself? And I think I was chatting about this to you, is like, I do so much of my training on my own, and I know like when I start, like, I have to get to the finish line of my training run, because there's another way. Like, I'm not going to get picked up by someone halfway or anything. I don't have an out.
Yeah.
And when it comes to race day, I view the race the same way. It's like, sure, I have my crew and everything, but like, I'm still there and I still signed up for this thing. Like, I have to get out the way I planned. Like, there's no out. So when it gets tough, like, figure it out. And that's been a really good strategy for me too, of like, because you guys can't win the race for me and you can't lose the race for me. So I don't, it's on me, which is really cool. Like, I have this huge crew and good people around me who, all help and everything, like take stuff to aid stations and everything. But if it came down to it, like, the race has aid stations.
Yeah.
Like, there's creeks out there. I could figure it out. I could make it from Olympic Valley to Olben completely on my own. It's just a bonus that I have all these things and like little blessings too. And even in that, it's like, there's no ways you can quit, because if this was just a training day, I would do the same thing. Like, I would keep going. And so the race becomes like another big day in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I think a lot of people will tell you, like, they run to find out how deep they can go, or how much they can push themselves, or what they can achieve. Like, even Courtney DeWolta has, like, the pain cave that she, like, digs through, all those sort of things. And I've never really thought about that as, like, one of my reasons, like, why I get out there. It just becomes like, that is why, that's what I'm doing, not a why.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then how do I put all the parts I want to put into the day in so that they're also what is. Like having my crew there, those sort of things. Like, what little things can you have your crew do? Like, all these things, so that it becomes a whole day, a whole experience, a whole journey, a whole chapter in a book type thing.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it valuable, like every aid station, knowing who's at the aid stations, crewed or non-crewed, like, adds to the story. It doesn't take away from it and gives you, I don't know, makes it more valuable. Like, in however many years, someone's not going to ask me what position I got in 2026. They're just going to say, did you make it to the finish line? Or, like, what was your favorite part? Those sort of things, which is kind of cool. I mean, and maybe in life, that's like a better aspect for us to look at too. Like, ultimately, it's not about, like we always say, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey to get there. But sometimes it takes a little thought and intentionality to make that actually the important thing.
Well, you said a few things there. So one thing is, if you're with, if your mom is around, you're going to have somebody at your aid station.
It's true.
Come heck or high water, your mom is going to be there. She may not be there with the coolers, but she is heading down there. We're bringing them around the corner, but she'll be there. Which another thing, if anybody's out there listening, I truly think it would be fun. This would be really fun. Because I thought about this last year.
Oh, yeah?
And I thought about it this year. Because I get to watch your mom. I think it'd be fun to do a documentary on your mom watching you run the race.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. I
think it would, because it's like she's running it too.
Yeah.
And she's right there. And it's, we miss from Rucky Chucky on. I mean, we're there at Rucky Chucky, but on, your dad and I go to the finish. Your mom goes to the rest. But the fun thing is, she is such a big supporter of you. I'm telling you, she would do whatever to get to that thing. Because when we had that little traffic jam at Robinson Flats, I mean, it wasn't bad, but I'm just saying, it's just interesting. But no, it's good. The other thing is you were talking about racing and the finish line and just being there. I might be saying it wrong, but we have to know why we're doing things. Are we doing it to... Because I've been in a few situations, and I was doing things for the wrong reasons, and it wasn't the authentic me. It wasn't the real me. And when you start taking away from the real you, your life, your race, it's not your race anymore. And if you aren't having fun, if it's not an adventure, if it's not fulfilling, then I think we start losing ourselves. And like you said, you could run the whole race without us being there. But you're also fulfilling other people's dreams. And you're also, like I said, I think it'd be fun to have that documentary of your mom. Because she is so fun to watch. Like, she's nervous. And but she knows, like, she tells me what to do, I go do it.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a fun thing to do. But I like to see that we all have to go through some things. but I like to see that you're finding the reason. That's what kind of why I asked you, why do you run? Because I've done my little challenges.
Yeah.
And it was to find out who I am. In the 1 year, I've done it about 4 or 5 times. 4 times. Different. I mean, sometimes I did 7, sometimes I did 5. And in all of those, Cindy has been there, but when I did it by myself, I found myself because I realized why I was doing it. Yep. When you're climbing a mountain, you get to think. And there's people out there that get bored. But when you think about why you find your why, you find your reason you exist. You're here to run. I know that.
Yeah.
You are. I'm here to do stupid things to make people laugh, I guess. I don't know. But try to make the world a better place. And you do. So it is. We've been talking for an hour. And maybe, you know what? Maybe if we feel like we want to do an extra little snippet tomorrow. But folks, here's the deal. We were up at 3 this morning. We might have taken a cat nap, but we are getting tired here. But you are talking to one tough cookie here with Emily. And if you ever get to follow a professional athlete, it should be Emily.
Oh, thank you.
You make this world better. Like I said, even though we have a connection, I don't care what people say. You are the example professional athletes should look at.
Thank you.
Yep. So thank you for being on the Don't Die Rusty podcast. We have 2.5 more days of adventures.
Oh.
And maybe more adventures to come, I can only hope.
Yep.
And so everybody out there, follow Emily Hawgood. And she is one of the best people in the world. And even if you're not into endurance racing, just follow her because she's the real deal. So thank you for being on. Thank you for coming to South Dakota.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and thank you for just being a wonderful person.
Thank you for being the same.
All right. Well, Don't Die Rusty Nation, this has been a wonderful conversation for me, and I hope you keep chasing your dreams, being the best you, and don't die rusty. I want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Don't Die Rusty podcast. And if you would be so kind to give us a review, a like, a share, and a subscribe, that'd be wonderful, and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you would like to follow us on Facebook, we're at Don't Die Rusty. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, it's at Don't Die Rusty. And if you would like to get in contact with me, it's rick@don'tdierusty.com. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody listening, and as usual, keep chasing your dreams, being the best you, and don't die rusty.